Hello, YouTuber woobers. Well, it's Monday the 20th of August. Where has the summer gone? Um, it's been raining here. This month has been rain, rain, rain. Today it looks like it's going to rain. Sun was out this morning, but it seemed like we get rain like every other day. We've been getting lightning storms, brownouts. Speaking of brownouts, for some strange reason that I think I was absolutely nuts about, I have this sophisticated UPS system and I didn't have my printer plugged into my UPS. I don't know why I did that. I really don't know why. But as a result of that, I'm going to take you on a journey. See this thing right here? That is my old printer. That old printer is about 12 years old. I could still get cartridges for it. And it did two-sided printing, which at the time was pretty cool. And it would scan. And with Pixar, inkjet. It was a good quality printer. But it took too many brownout hits, I think, because that's what I was reading about. It wouldn't power up, and then you'd unplug it, plug it back in. It would say, I'm old, and flash back off again. So I had to take the plunge and get myself a new printer. Check this baby out, huh? Pretty, huh? You can do all these cool things. You can print from your mobile phone, if I had a smartphone. Wireless connection, printing, copying, scanning. I can hook up a phone line and fax. I could use it as a fax machine instead of having to scan it in and then feed it into a program to fax it out. Which actually I've had to use this weekend because I had things to fax and I couldn't get this foolish thing to work. And it has a automatic feeder in it. It was $80 at a wholesale club, BJ's. It says it was marked off $70, if you can believe it. There it is. Isn't it pretty? Whereas that's my Networks box over there. And my emergency radio in the back. But, yeah. I have it up on blocks so it's easy to get the feed tray in and out, which was the same with the old one. I like the idea of having this tray to be able to be down so that it's cat proof, but it won't work in the down position. I would really like it like this, but that won't work that bad. It would give me an error, so I have to raise it up, which doesn't make it cat proof anymore. So they definitely got a failure on that. This is connected through a USB cable. So I've been following the instructions for a whole 24 hours. Plug the cable in, plug the cable out, do the hokey pokey and turn yourself about. And yeah, I've been trying to set up this printer. I could set it up as a fax. But in fact, it wants to charge you for faxing. It's just funny. But you can fax directly from this through the phone line, and which is what I ended up doing yesterday because there was documents I had to fax out. So I was able to do it through this. Input your numbers just like a fax machine. If anybody remembers how fax machines work, just like you put the numbers in and it scans it and sends it out. Focus. There you go. So, got hacked here about 3:30. All right, it hasn't been quite 24 hours. It's about 3 o'clock now. Got it all set up. Put the CD in the drive. It would get to a certain point and lock up. It would actually tell you in the message saying, this is going to take a while. Now, there aren't too many things on this computer that takes a while anymore. I have an SD hard drive. I've got 16 gigs of RAM. I've got a little bit better, faster processor. From my taste, I think it's pretty fast. For a program to say this is going to take a while, well, what does that mean? That means 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 24 hours? What? Can I go take a nap and come back and see if it's still working? Yes, I could go take a nap and come back and find it still saying this may take a while. I've run the program over and over again. I've used the one on the website, Canon's website. I have not been able to get it past. It always stops between steps 4 and 5, right in the middle. Steps 3 and 4, right in the middle. The last piece, and in actuality, at the very end, it wouldn't even notice that I had unplugged and plugged in the USB cable. This was really, I'm pretty computer savvy. People who aren't, they must just pull their hair out. I guess they pay the $180 to have somebody come out and do it for them. So I even took off Malwarebytes to see if that was it, because I've had that do it in the past. It would load certain things, but the one thing it wouldn't load was the actual printer driver so that you could print documents. And yeah, I print documents once in a while. I could scan with it. I could do faxes with it, sort of. Except to do the software for faxing, it kind of wanted you to use their program and charge for it. I really didn't get far with that because I wasn't going to pay for anything. Not when I had other means. So I have a program, a website that I sign up for. It costs me $1 to fax stuff, which is what I've been using for years. I'd scan the in, and then I'd use the program or the website to fax documents to where I needed to get it to. So, I had a thought. Well, I was trying to get it. I said, well, because it would come up and ask me about my USB cable. Do you want to connect with a wireless, through the, a network connection, or through USB? Well, there is no network connection port on the back of this for TCP R45. There isn't a connection like that back there. There's just the USB, the phone line, and the power cord. So I got to thinking, well, let's try the wireless, and the wireless wouldn't work with the installation software. It wouldn't see the printer, and I thought that was kind of bogus. There's hardly anything in the manual. There's no troubleshooting in there actually at all. So I went over here to the printer, and I set it up to the router and put in the password for the router's password. And then I came back over here, removed everything that was associated with the printer out of, control panel, and then reinstalled it once again and did a wireless connect, and then it saw the printer, clicked on that, and all the steps fell into place, and I was able to add the printer, and now I'm able to print. But that part took probably 20 minutes. So the other 22 hours, I've just been spinning my wheels, trying basically the same things over and over. It's ridiculous. It's a brand new printer. It should work with Windows 10 like no tomorrow. It even says it's compatible to Windows 10. It doesn't make any sense. If you look it up, it would say that the driver is installed properly, but then when you go to the program, it wouldn't see a printer. It would see a fax machine. Yeah, it would see, this is a Tr7520. So it would see this Tr7520 fax machine. But so when you go to print, it would want to put it into a virtual printer and not the real printer. So it's bogus. This is just the fun things that we get to do in our lives. Some people just miss out on this stuff. They just don't know. So that was my adventure. Buy an $80 printer. You know, the receipt says it was $150. And it was on sale. So, well, you know, they're probably pretty much legitimate, but sometimes these stores, they'll inflate the price when it's on sale. So it gives you the impression that you're saving money. I went with that with my vacuum sealer, because the vacuum sealer price when it was not on sale was a little higher than the sale price. But not much. But when it would go on sale, of course, it would say that you're saving a lot of money. So you have to kind of read between the lines and price check and see what everyone else offers. I kind of needed it, you know, right away. I couldn't wait, you know, 2 days or a week or something for stuff to come in, because I had documents I needed to fax out right away. So I guess I could have gone and faxed them somewhere, but that I may just as well have bought a printer. I went to Staples to fax out a document. I may just as well have bought a printer. So at least at BJ's I get a cash back on my purchases, so it's worth it to spend the money there and then, you know, get something back, 5% of whatever I spent yesterday. Of course, you can't go there and not buy things, you know. You have to buy important things like, you know, pistachios, which is actually a really healthy food. And of course, you know, when you're buying pistachios, you have to buy giant, you know, marshmallows, because these two go together magically. Fat-free, fat-free. Makes sense. So anywho, that was my adventure. Ta-ta. Peace for enough for all. Food, water, clothing, healthcare, housing, education. Peaceful enough for all.